Media made free, but the law stands. There is freedom of speech, but I cannot guarantee freedom after speech. This was a famous comment by Idi Amin of Uganda. Now it appears there is a similar situation in Kerala too. The government appears to have gone back on their ordinance in the media. Thanks to the pressure from opposition parties, opinion makers and CPIM central leadership, the CPIM leaders of Kerala had to go back on their new law. But as in many cases, an irritant chief minister is not ready to bend and declare surrender. He says the law will not be made applicable now. It would be discussed in the assembly and then enforced. There are two things pertinent here. One, that the law stands as such and no words of anyone would negate the law. Any police official can still register a case under section 118A, which has been inserted in the Police Act. The second aspect is that the law is not withdrawn or repealed. CM says it would be discussed in the assembly before enforcement. If this is not suitable or welcomed, why is it being discussed and then enforced? Will not the evil effects of the law, black law, now being opposed prevail then? So, the mood of the Chief Minister is not to wrap up the issue once for all. A law is a law until it is repealed or amended. With the governor signing it, the amendment came into force on November 21st. According to the government, the new rule helps police to track unwanted elements on social media against women and children. If it is so, why should it be kept in abeyance? In fact, no law can be kept in abeyance at the whims and fancies of a ruler, or anyone for that matter. Section 118A, which has been inserted into the Police Act, stands firm till it is repealed. It gives full power to police to act against any media platform, to punish those who publish or propagate content that could threaten, insult or harm an individual. The punishment is a fine of rupees 10,000 and an imprisonment of 3 years or both. This is an act of masking the media aimed at taking control of the news content. This is controlling the media in the disguise of controlling cyberbullying. Not just social platforms, all coming under the mass media ambit would fall under the purview of the new rule. Police can register cases on the event of detection of a cognizable offence under section 118A. Kerala had earlier introduced section 118D that allow legal action against persons causing annoyance as statements, verbal or telephonically. The government claims that the new amendment is to protect women and children against cyber crimes. But the fact is that it is a move restricting the freedom of the press. It gives uncontrolled power for the police to put a Lakshman Rekha for media. It appears that the amendment will stand against a ruling of the Supreme Court pronounced in 2015. The Apex Court had in Shreya Singhal case held that section 118D violated article 19(1)A of the Constitution. The stiff criticism against the amendment has forced the Kerala government to put off the implementation of the draconian law. But a bad law is always a bad one for the stakeholders. Postponement or detailed discussion in the assembly will not give sanctity to the law that gagged the entire media. It's not the first time that the LDF government rolled back the decisions. The Chief Minister has a dozen advisors who are either retired senior officials or party men. But when it comes to matter, he is either misinformed or misdirected in action. It's time for a committed introspection for the government. How can it be that each and every step taken by the government gets ridiculed by the media and the public? The Media Bullying Act is the latest among the many from the Pinarayi government. Please subscribe the channel. Also, click the bell button to get the latest updates.